Now in chapter 2, it opens with the prophet Elijah and the prophet Elisha. They're traveling together to visit the schools of the prophets. I'm reading verse 8. Elijah took his mantle and folded it together and struck the waters, and they were divided here and there, so that the two of them crossed over on dry ground. I'm skipping down to verse 11. As they were going along and talking, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, which separated the two of them. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind to heaven. Elisha saw Elijah taken up into heaven in a chariot of fire. Elijah didn't experience death. He was taken up to heaven. In the New Testament, in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17, it describes this, quote, rapture in a twinkling of an eye. Just like Elijah, believers who will be alive when Christ returns will be caught up in the clouds to meet the Lord. We can only hope for that to come soon. Verse 14, he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him and struck the waters and said, where is the Lord, the God of Elijah? And when he had also struck the waters, they were divided here and there, and Elisha crossed over. Elisha crossed the Jordan River the same way Elijah crossed the Jordan River. This displays that Elisha has the same divine power as Elijah and will now enter the promised land to complete the work of Elijah. This is a very similar story of Moses. He led the people out of Egypt through the wilderness, but Moses was denied bringing the people into the promised land. It was Joshua who completed the work of Moses. And if you recall, Yeshua or Joshua is the one who led the people into the promised land. Joshua means the Lord saves. And that's what's awesome about this story, because Elisha means God is salvation or God saves. So the ultimate message, it is the Lord that brings the people into the promised land. It is God who completed the work through Joshua, and it is God completing the work through Elisha. So ultimately, it is the Lord that saves.